Hey guys, it's Jeff. This is going to be part 15 of the DOS Work 8.8 centimeter off 9T VOMAG 135th scale. Got to get that in there. I want to get the ammo storage in the truck today. I painted it already. I painted it basically just a red oxide primer. I'm just going to leave it that color. I've discussed it with several people, and had all kinds of interesting uh, possibilities for colors, from a white to an off-white to a red primer. I'm just going to go ahead and do it in the red primer. Let's go ahead, and I got the tires and wheels all primed too. So let's go down the bench, see what we can get done today. Okay, thanks. Okay, these are all primed now in the Mr. Surfacer Black. Okay, the front wheels, the brake is integral in the back. These are separate, and I put a little piece of, I cut masks for where the brake drums will glue on. I also put a mask on the inside here. I want to get the brake drums glued on today and get them nice and straight, have them a chance to set. But here's the ammo storage here. I just painted it. Actually, I didn't have the red primer. What this is whole red, basically very, very similar, just a dark red. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. I'm not going to have any of this storage down here open, so I'm not even going to worry about painting that, and I'm not going to have this open or these open. I figure I'm going to try and set this up like it's firing. I figure when they're firing, they probably don't have a bunch of bunch of tools out or a bunch of things out. They're just basically into the ammo storage. My thinking anyway. So I'll get this in, and I want to get this glued on, and then I'm going to have a seam to fill. It fits really well, but there is still a slight little gap, and it'll fall in if you're not careful. So anyway, this will go in here with no problem. Okay, and there's a couple of little places here where I'm just going to put the contact glue. I think that'll hold it down just fine. I've already checked, and it's not plugged up this time, thank goodness. I think just these outside edges are the only place it contacts. Pretty sure. Let's see here. Just a little bit on this edge. Okay. I think that's going to do it. Okay, really doesn't even need to be glued down. With this in here, it can't go anywhere. Okay, I'm going to just use the regular extra thin on that seam. I don't think it's going to need any clamps. I think I can just go around, just hold it a little bit, and it should be just fine. Just minimal amounts of glue, and let it wick in. So it fits really, really well. It will take just a little bit of filling, but it's really not necessary to brush the glue on. I can see it wicking in. I'm going to hold this over just a little bit to minimize that seam. Okay. I want to be sure and go across here. It's amazing how this stuff is just sucks into the joint. Just hold that a second and then we'll move on. Okay. I don't want it to go under, I want it to go inside. Oop, get a little on the surface. Trying real hard just to start shaking. Let it just work its way in. Sorry about the dead air. I'm just concentrating on what I'm doing. Okay. I think I mentioned earlier if I was doing this again, I probably would have sanded this part just a little bit to bring these corners in. There's this ever so slight gap there, but it's not hardly noticeable. By the time it's all said and done, it won't take much to fill that. Okay. Just hold that for just a second till it bites. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks pretty good. Just a little bit of a seam. Okay. I'm going to leave that alone. I might run a little more glue into it later, but I think it's going to be just fine. And I'm going to get those brakes glued on. We'll set that aside for a little bit. Let's see, where's the best place to set it? Back here. Okay. The way the instructions tell you to do it is to glue these on the back of the wheels and then glue this, the whole assembly on. I'm going to glue them on like this and then take a straight edge and go across here and make sure they're all straight. This is still not the pivot is still not glued, so we got a little bit of movement here for, you know, to where it makes sure it sets good and flat. But I want to do this now. Give them a chance to set. There's a big pin and a little pin, and it's got to fit over both of them. Just want to make sure that they're nice and dry and straight. Okay, let me get my little surface plate. I should have grabbed that earlier. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, thanks. Okay, I don't trust this table. It's not flat. It's got all kinds of strange surfaces going on, but this I know is flat. Okay, so I'm going to set this on here and go like so, just to make sure that those are on there nice and straight. Okay, not worried too much. I think it's going to be just fine. I'm going to just leave that like that for a while. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks, guys. Okay, it's been just a little while since I glued these parts. I think they're safe now. The next thing I really want to do, well, the plan I have anyway, is to attach the last pieces that need to go on the frame, like this bumper and the steering box, and get the frame ready for primer and the engine. Then work on getting the rest of the accessories on the body before we move on to the gun. So I want to glue the steering box in place, and then I'm going to have to see how this is going to work out. It should go, let's see, does it go to the outside? Okay, I see how it goes. Doesn't give you much of a purchase there. Well, let's see what we can do with it. There is, let me get rid of this too. Okay, there is a very small place here for the steering box. I don't know if you guys could see it better on the up close. Well, let's just go ahead and do it from here. The close-up camera. That will go like that. As far as I can tell, this goes here. Doesn't give you much of a area to work with. I believe that's right. Let me double check my instructions. It's been a little while since I looked at them. Okay, let's switch the instructions and take a look. Okay, here's what it's showing, and it just shows that it goes there. Not a lot of help. The way I'm looking at it, this fits in this slight little depression here, and then the steering box goes to the inside and angles up through the dash. So I'll have to get that little box, that little bracket attached, and then glue the steering box on, then set the cowling on and try and get the angle about right. Okay, sounds good. Let's go back. Okay, here's the little bracket. And here's where it goes. Just barely gives you any surface to glue to. I think that's correct. Maybe that, oh, okay, I guess that slips down just a little bit farther. I think. Then this will go here. And that's keyed. And there's a pretty good little ejector pin right there. Let me go ahead and see what I can do about that. Don't want that to be seen later on. Deeper than I thought it was. Maybe I should have just filled it. Okay. Okay, that got rid of it. A little trash in the locating pin now. Getting rid of the ejector pin made my mount for this thing a little bit tinier. Okay, this is going to go here. Let me give that just a second. Okay, well, let's see if we can get this threaded through here. Might be a little tricky. Sure don't want to break it. I just want it to dry in this position. Yes, see, I think it, no, it didn't come loose. Okay. Okay. Just about where it goes. There we go. Okay. I'm going to let that set and dry. It actually moved just slightly. I may have to modify that side down there just a little bit. It doesn't really quite fit. Let's see here. Yeah, see, it came off. The way I see it, this is supposed to sit higher. Like this, and it's not. It's sitting too low. So this needs to be moved up. I think I had it in the right position before. That looks more like it. I know you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Where's my tweezers? Okay. That's more like how it's supposed to fit. Alright. Let me, this is really fiddly. I'll do it off camera and then I'll take some pictures, okay? Be right back. Okay, I'm going to make a slight modification here. Here's a little bracket, And there's the steering box, okay? And if you look, there's a hook that goes around here where this is cut out for this. I've glued this on a couple of times. Every time I glue it on and I try and remove the hood, it pulls it loose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the steering box to this lower part of the hood, and I'm not going to glue it to the bracket. That way, when I want to take this off for painting purposes, it just comes off with the hood, and it's all in place. I don't have to keep worrying about breaking that. And as long as that sits over the bracket like it's supposed to, if I can get it back in place when you guys are watching me, maybe. There. It all looks like it's connected. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got it in there with white tack now, but I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And that way I can lift this off every time I want to paint it and everything and just set it back in. It'll look like it belongs. Okay. One other thing I wanted to do today was get this mounted. This was like one of the very first things that they wanted you to put on when you were building the frame, and I just knew with these little ends here, they were gonna get broken. But I think I'm far enough along now that this can go on. I'm just trying to get everything on the frame situated to where I can get it primed. So let's go ahead and set this off. The connecting points look pretty good. Should be able to just basically set this in here and glue it on. I don't think there's any problems. I'm not sure just that should, yeah, it should go just like that. Okay, let me put a little glue here. Little glue here, some here and some here. Let's see if we can just get it stuck, and then I can add a little more glue. Okay, I'm going to just pick this up just to take a look. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, I'm going to let all this stuff set and give it some time. Okay, I'll take some pictures of things, but that's going to about do it for today, I guess. Alright, talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.